I enjoy the freeness of life when it's not bound by time. I enjoy the moments where I lose track of time in a good book or during a walk in the woods or spend hours at the beach just enjoying life and not thinking about responsibilities or time or anything holding me back. And when I first started falling in love with this feeling more and more, and wanting to feel freer and wanting to feel not bound by time or a schedule, I went completely to one end of just wanting to feel free all the time, never getting stuff done, and enjoying life, but having it be not a very directed experience of life. I wasn't getting anything done. But this past year, I have found so much enjoyment in balancing that free time with a more structured schedule and actually getting stuff done, actually working towards goals, and having a more productive life that just feels very balanced all around. I've learned that when I have an organized schedule, the organization of staying on top of things, getting things done, having goals, that organized side of my life allows the freer parts of my life, the parts at the beach or with friends or reading or just having free time. Having that structured life, that structured part of my life allows for those freer times to feel even freer, because in all honesty, whenever I was just not getting anything done and just living a free life, I always felt this like emptiness within me. I felt this resistance, like I was avoiding doing things, like I was always procrastinating and never working towards anything. And so having a structured schedule, having that balance in my life brings a whole new aspect to enjoying my free time, because I can enjoy my free time fully knowing that I'm actually getting stuff done and actually working towards the things that I want to work towards in my life. Because I truly, in my own life, believe that I want to live a life that I enjoy all the little moments. I feel free, I feel fluid, and I get to just enjoy the experience of being alive. But I also want to do certain things in my life. I want to, help the world. I want to have purpose. I want to do whatever my part is in the world. And so when I have those two worlds joined together, that is when I feel best. And so with that being said, I wanted to share with you how I set up my schedule and how I kind of just stay on track with my goals so that I can have balance in my life and enjoy both the free part of my life and the structured part of my life. And this is speaking again from someone who last year, literally could not get anything done, at all. I just didn't have structure in my life. So now that I found it, I'm like, oh my gosh, I just want to share it, and hopefully it helps you. So I'd like to share that today. So firstly, if you're thinking about being more on track, setting a schedule, and just working towards your goals, the first thing that I'd recommend is just getting clear on what your goals are, what your long-term goals are, what some important things you want to do in your year, in your day, in your month. Getting clear on what those things are and getting really, really clear so you can see if the life that you're living matches that vision that you have for yourself now and for the future. And so kind of just sitting down, reevaluating what your goals are and how you can live a life that honors that and that works towards those goals. And I recommend doing this, first of all, today, if you're watching this video and thinking about doing it. But also, I recommend doing it at the beginning of every month. Doing that has helped me to stay on track and make sure that I'm not falling to a hole of doing something that's not really productive or working towards things in my life. And just getting clear on my goals every month, being like, am I working towards what I want to work towards right now? Am I going in the direction that I want to go in right now? And just staying really clear with what that direction is. So I have monthly check-ins where I do that, and also weekly, daily check-ins, but mainly every month, just making sure that I'm staying on track with where I want to be and what I want to be doing. The next step is to find a method for staying on top of your schedule. So whether that may be your phone calendar, a physical planner, or even just a notebook or piece of paper, it's really helpful to have something that you can put on paper or in just your phone of what you want to get done. I am a pen and paper person, and so I have a physical planner that I write in every day. Basically, it has a section at the beginning of every month where it gives you like a place to write down your goals, birthdays, everything like that. And then it has a section for writing down events for the month. And then it has a section that I use the most, which is the daily planning section. And I don't write down like specific times necessarily that I want to get things done unless I have to. But I do write down like everything I want to get done that day so that I can cross it off the list. And it just feels really good to like physically cross something off a list. And then in my phone, I keep all of the actual events, meetings, everything that I need to go to at a timely manner. I write that down in my phone calendar. I find it really helpful to write things down on a planner for the day because that way you are very clear on what it is that you need to get done for the day. And also, once all those things are crossed off the list, it means that you can fully just relax and have a good evening and not think about having to do anything because you already know that you got it done. So basically, at the beginning of every week, I write down just general things that need to get done and kind of just reaffirm the physical events, meetings, whatever it may be that I need to go to for the week. Also, at the end of every night, I like to kind of just sit down and plan out the upcoming day, like just the general things that I need to get done, whether it's specific projects, posting a video, filming something, going to a meeting, doing laundry, taking a shower, like all those things, writing them down so that I know, okay, these are the things I need to get done tomorrow. And then I can kind of plan out my day based on priority of which needs to get done first. So that's kind of how I set up my schedule on a daily basis. I just wanted to share some general tips that I have found very helpful too over the past year of learning how to actually get stuff done and stay on track. Remember that by taking shortcuts, you are constantly putting yourself under unnecessary pressure. So by avoiding doing something, whether it be something simple like deep cleaning your apartment or taking out the garbage, it doesn't just go away by ignoring it. When you take shortcuts, it tends to build up and give you this unnecessary feeling of stress, anxiety, and just feeling like you're not fully getting done what needs to get done. So avoiding shortcuts, and if something needs to get done, just getting it done today. I find that sometimes like this is a really good example that I found in my own life, and I know a lot of other people do it too, but sometimes I get into this habit of not answering text messages, and then they just like build up in my phone for a day, and I have like 7 text messages to answer. Whereas if I would have just answered them in the moment and answered them fully, I wouldn't have to worry. Like it wouldn't be in the back of my mind, oh, I have to answer this person. I could just get it done right there and have it be done with. So re-examining in my own life, just the things that I kind of like put off a little bit, like vacuuming or going to the bank, trying to not put those things off so that I don't create unnecessary stress in my life. Remember that the quicker and more efficiently you get things done, the quicker that you can relax and not do anything. It's easy to want to meander through your day and kind of like spread things out and avoid getting things done. But if you get everything done that needs to get done at night, you can have a fully relaxing night. And I sometimes get into the habit too of just like seeing that I only have a couple things to do for the day and kind of meandering through the morning and not really getting it done and then pushing it off. And the whole time I'm thinking about how I have to do something, but not actually doing it. And once again, that process just creates unnecessary stress in my life. So I try to avoid those type of things that just push things off and avoid getting things done. This is so important, and it has exponentially made my process of being productive and getting things done so much easier. But scheduling time to rest is so important, especially now with a lot of people working from home and a lot of people working on the computer. I know that for me, if I'm spending like 8 or 9 hours on the computer a day, I can't do that straight. Like I can't do that straight through the whole day. And so I like to just make sure that I'm scheduling times in between that period of working on something to just get up, breathe a little bit, maybe do some stretching, go get some fresh air, kind of just making sure that I'm not only getting things done, but taking care of my well-being. Because when I'm scheduling even just 20 minutes to take a break from what I'm doing, it's kind of like a reset for me. It re-inspires me to do good work on what I'm working on. And it makes me, at the end of the day, not feel drained. It makes me feel like I actually had a good day. And the process of working on something, working towards something, doesn't have to be something that feels so rigid. You can find enjoyment in whatever you're doing, find like little moments of enjoyment. And I find that when I give myself time to breathe and time to stretch in between working, it makes me enjoy that so much more. Overall, just makes my life feel a lot lighter and freer, because the truth is that for pretty much our whole life, we're going to be working. Like, that's kind of the way that our society is set up. With that, finding the most efficient way to do that in a way that feels good and also doesn't just make you feel like for 8 hours out of the day you are zoning out. Makes you feel like you're invigorated in every moment and enjoying those moments, because I don't know about you, but for me, like if I'm working like 40 hours in a week, I don't want to not enjoy 40 hours of my week. I want to, no matter what I'm doing, learn how to find enjoyment in it, and scheduling time for rest helps me to re-inspire to find that enjoyment within it. At first, it can be hard to find motivation in what you're doing. It can be hard to find motivation in being productive in general, but I've found that once I get rolling on it, once I see the results, feel the feelings of actually getting stuff done and being productive, I just can't go back to not doing that, because it feels so good and it feels so balanced. And so sometimes it's hard to get started. Sometimes it's hard to push ourselves out of the comfort zone of procrastinating and not getting things done. But I promise that having that balance in your life opens up the parts of your life that are freer. You now enjoy sunsets more. You enjoy watching TV more. You enjoy reading a book more. You enjoy all your little free time moments more, because you're doing them knowing that your life is balanced, knowing that you're getting those other things done and not avoiding things. And so it's been so important for me the past year to do this, and it has just exponentially changed my life. Like crazy changed my life. I feel like a totally different person than I was a year ago. So I would just encourage you in your own life, in your own way, learn how to find the balance that you need. We will all need different things. Our methods of doing things will be different, but I encourage you to just search and find what works best for you. And that is what works best for me. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you're doing well and taking care of yourself. And I hope you know that you have the power to do whatever it is that you want to do when you are honoring your truest, deepest, most authentic part of yourself. It is possible to do anything in this world. So I hope that you're doing that. Thank you so much for listening. I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day today.